Okay, yeah. So I've been trying to really remember back to why, like, how I got into these things and why I love them and what would really be, like, what I want to do. And I remember when I was younger and, like, wanting to be a dancer and a musician and having to habitualize these practices, like, ingrain, like, 2 hours of keyboard practice a day and going out and doing lunges, not squats, I did lunges and actually going for bike rides and habitualizing doing homework, stuff like that, habitualizing reading every day, habitualizing uh, eating in the ways I wanted, like be that cutting down food or whatever. And yeah, I remember like after I was smoking for a bit, um, smoking marijuana, smoking weed for a bit, and it was making me a bit too sleepy. Um, and I found my other habits that are already sometimes hard enough to keep up with, like homework and whatnot. And like after an hour of keyboard, I'd just start to play my songs faster and faster, just play it faster instead of just like actually holding the notes for the amount of time they were supposed to be held for. And I just like, and one of the main things I did on my keyboard was practice stuff up in the exact same spot every time. And yes, I know this is really common. So that we already got starting to get into rehabilitation there because my habits have been ingrained and I stuff up every time. So I have to rewind, redo those habits. Perfect practice makes perfect. Otherwise you've just got muscle memory of the stuff up. Um, but I love the differences people make in their mistakes. The mistakes in music have become like one of the things that makes each individual person's cover what is truly a good cover. Um, in my opinion anyway. Like some people think it's like how good you can do it to it's like that sounded exactly like the original. Nah, like we could all probably do that. I like the little flares everyone has on their way of playing. Also, could we all do that? Maybe it's literally like if you're playing guitar, piano I feel like would happen less because you're hitting a button, but with guitar all our fingers and our fingers directly connected to the string, so like smaller fingers would make a different sound to bigger fingers. Maybe that's why my my guitar teacher, sorry, it's someone I know, it's my ex-boyfriend. But yeah, my guitar teacher always says to pick up my pick, like because my fingers will be different to his fingers, and like if we've got a pick, at least we're on one standing, like solid. We've got one thing. We've got our constant. It's pick now, but it's not constant because all picks are different sizes. All guitars are different sizes. All right. Anyway, so pianos and keyboards are a little bit more stable than guitars. There is a reason I find guitar more difficult than keyboard. Okay, then. Um, but yeah, so habitualizing and rehabitualizing has always been something I was into. Um, I can't wait to get the power cord for my keyboard. What was I about to say though? Oh yeah, just about the first time I took mushrooms was um because there's a part of mushrooms that oh sorry, I'm just having a slight freak out. So it destroys pathways in your brain along with a lot of stuff like alcohol, like most drugs can destroy pathways in your brain, and then we have to rebuild them. Um, or the other substances in mushrooms rebuild them. That's what we've learned. Sorry. But we also have to rebuild. Like it gives you an opportunity, so it destroys the pathway. So like while I'm eating the mushrooms and they're digesting, if like which is technically what I didn't. So I didn't smoke bongs at all during the come up, and I just hold off for as long as possible and filled the smoking habits with doing something else, which was just music. It's Jack Johnson song "We'll Never Know" or one of Jack Johnson songs. Is what I filled my brain up with instead. Until like around about the 4 hour mark of my mushroom trip, and I'm like, I think I'm melting into the floor. I might need to get up. So that happened. At the time I had an eating disorder, blah blah blah, so I wasn't really into eating at all, so that wasn't one of the things I could fill the habit up with. It would have been studying, it would have been reading, going out and exercising would have been the only real things I could have filled up that space with, other than smoking, because yeah. um I feel like stretching and music was also like a motivator to dance, and so that would have been like the exercise and whatnot part. But I really should have probably put like go outside and do some squats. That should have been in my first list of what to replace. Like go outside. Um. Anyway, I think I might be starting to upload videos onto my YouTube channel, and like wanted to actually talk and remember about why I wanted to do these things in the first place. Like ages ago when I was like 10 or 11, I wanted to do makeup tutorials. I might have been older than that. Because I didn't wear makeup at that age. When I was 10 or 11, I straight up just wanted to already be a musician. And that's when I was practicing my keyboard. Anyway, that happened. I dyed my hair later. I probably would have started actually with hair dyeing tutorial. Like, and it already, they weren't my ideas. Like, I already would have had to be like, I watched this video of so and so doing it. This is how I'm gonna do it. And like, I always just wanted to try and be funny. But anyway, how I feel.